While the Oklahoma City Thunder on the surface had a great regular season, winning 59 games and coming in second in the bloody tough Western Conference, that great record hid a lot of struggles they went through all season due to injuries. Because of those injuries to Russell Westbrook, Thabo Sefolosha, and Kendrick Perkins, as well as late season addition Caron Butler, Coach Scott Brooks struggled to maintain consistency with his lineups. In fact, even in the middle of these playoffs, Brooks is still juggling and experimenting with strange lineups he had barely used in the regular season. However, Scott Brooks has certainly discovered a three-man grouping that has been very effective and will most certainly be a key for them moving forward into the Western Conference Finals versus the Spurs. While you'd think playing Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and Reggie Jackson together would be a no-brainer, in the regular season, this was the 46th most used three-man lineup, but mostly due to all the games Westbrook missed due to injury. Once he came back for good in February, we saw an uptick in how often he used these three together, but it appeared Scott Brooks didn't realize what he had on his hands, despite its effectiveness. As the playoffs have started, Scott Brooks has finally figured out that OKC is most effective with these three on the court together, and you can see the evidence by the incredible jump in minutes played per game. And these three haven't disappointed, consistently outscoring their opponents by double digits when they're in there. Let's look at some five-man lineups where these three appear in the playoffs. We showed you in Game 3 how Brooks stumbled upon the lineup with Butler, Ibaka, and the Big Three, but now that Ibaka is done for the playoffs, a new lineup has emerged. The five-man lineup without Ibaka featured the twin towers of Steven Adams and Nick Collison alongside Reggie, Russ, and KD. And it's this lineup that will prove crucial to matching up with the Spurs and their two talented big men in Thiago Splitter and Tim Duncan. In the regular season, this five simply didn't play much at all, but in the playoffs, this lineup may well decide the series. While they haven't crashed the offensive boards well in the playoffs, look at the defensive rebounding percentage. Adams and Collison are space eaters and play great positional defense, allowing the Thunder to almost completely control the defensive boards. The strength of this lineup most definitely lies in its defense. Except for Russ, every other player is exceptional at playing their position, not gambling, and keeping the ball out of the lane, and then they can clean up the defensive board so well with their length and bulk. Nick Collison is a superb help defender, and when they can force a live ball turnover, Reggie, Russ, and KD are simply devastating in their ruthless attack on the rim. Steven Adams is also a good lane protector with long arms and good quickness for a big man, making passes to the roll man very difficult, and you can see how the offense feeds off of this. And if the Thunder can do a good job of running the Spurs three-point shooters off the line, they will most certainly gobble up the rebound if it misses. On offense, they've got a nice mix. Collison is an exceptional passer that can help Russ get easy shots out of the corner, and Brooks uses him nicely on the elbow in horns. Notice how he clears both Collison and Adams out to the weak side so they can run a devastating pick and roll with Russ and KD that has no help. This is also a nice bunch of willing passers that can spread a defense apart and open up driving opportunities for Durant and Westbrook. It's worth noting that I gave OKC grief for putting Collison in the strong side corner for kick-out three-point shots, but this one was huge, so perhaps I was wrong about his ability to make them. But the real use for having Adams and Collison out there is for setting screens for Durant. Here, they get both of them involved in a double staggered pin down, and KD gets an easy mid-range shot. OKC runs it again with Reggie on that side now, and when they get help from one pass away, it's an easy kick out from Durant to a Reggie 3.